I have to grind up the welding which is inside this pipe so that it could fit easily. Yes guys, grinded out the welding inside, and now it's pressed in. So let's just put this thing back over there because I'm not thinking to weld up this area. So yes, let's just put this thing back and make a place for the seal, and also drill out. Yes guys, it is mounted to the wheel, and as you can see I cannot spin it up. Let's just try to spin this thing up by holding it over here. Yes, it is working out. It is working out perfect. So the next step right now is to I need to figure out even how to hold up this drum brake assembly so that when I apply brake it does not spins over. So that need to be sorted out. But before that, let's just make a triple tree for this thing so that I could mount it over there, and later on I could figure this thing out because it is just 2 bolts. I need to bolt out the plate over here for this drum brake. And yes guys, there is 1 inch difference from the shock to the tire. I think so it's plenty enough. I don't know. Still, if it isn't, so I can just move it a little bit closer. But for now, let's just go ahead and build up the triple tree for this. The reason to install this over here, because I could just put this over here and clamp it up over here so that I could just weld it up, and even the gap will be even, like from bottom to the top there will be even gap in between them. This is the perfect weld I have done according to me, but not this side. This side turned out pretty good. Now let's just cut it out and design this thing up. Alright guys, so made these clamps sort of thing, and here are how they turned out. I know it's not looking that perfect. My original plan was to make this hole a little bit lower so that it won't be that much high enough over here. But guys, it is what it is. So I cannot just drill it and on the welding, because the welding will go weaker. So that's what I have drilled a little bit higher. But anyways, guys, here is what it is. So let's just jump over and install them on the shock. I have to hammer them down, because when I gave a cut over here, it just closed it up. Closed up. So I have to hammer it inside. So the distance on the bike, it was this much, but I could not keep it like this much. Otherwise, I have to like redesign the center bushing. So the center bearing, what we call that thing, I don't know exactly. Like the triple tree bearing. So I have to figure that thing out. Otherwise, I have to build it out if I keep the same distance as on the bike. Let's just use all of these blades. I have got 6 of them, and they are small, which won't come handy at any time. So let's just use this. Yes guys, I have to cut out round on both sides, which will take forever to cut this thing out, because I don't have any milling machine to do it easily, and I have to use grinder to get this thing round, which is going to take forever. So let's just cut it out to a part like where this thing is done. Here it is done. It took me quite a long time to get this thing done. The only flat spot I have with me is over here. So these guys, they look pretty straight, but the size, the gaps between both of them should be equal. So let's just align it up first. No, I should like grind out a little bit extra from this sides. Top triple tree has been mounted out. Let's just get the other plate to be fitted over here, and yes guys, the same thing, it does not want to fit. So again, I have to polish up these sides. I'm going to weld this entirely afterwards, after I adjust the center bolt over here. Using this machine, the nightmare, man, my hand. God. The reason why I made it a little bit free, because I need to like tilt it up a little bit. So that's what I have made it a little bit free, so that I could slightly tilt it up. Got it aligned up. It took me forever to get this thing aligned up. So it is staying at its place, like the center place, it is staying there. So I could call this thing a perfect thing. So now let's just pack up the bushings. Guys, the shock is not completely bottomed out, and this wheel is hitting the head over here. So you can see still it wants to go up. Like this is the max up. Oh, okay. This is the max up this thing can go, and it is hitting the frame, like the engine over here. So this, guys, again I have to cut out the center, like a triple tree center bolt, and slide it up so that the wheel could move a little bit further and clear up the head over here. Yes guys, this is max in the shock can go, and still there is plenty of gap over here. Great. Now the only thing remaining is the headlight. And yes guys, I haven't hooked up the front brake yet. So headlight and the front brake. Two things are remaining to be done, and after that this thing is again ready to test ride it. And also I need to make a chain guard up there as well. So three things before it's finally ready to hit a test ride. I did try to reduce the weight on this thing by even making a hole over this side and that big hole over here. So it is still heavy, but it's worth it. So the support for the drum brake is also done. Now let's just hook up the cable. Okay guys, so came up with this idea over here, like a chain guard, which I think so will look perfect over here. And if I need, I could just make up a small piece over here and install it right over here. But I don't think so that's needed, because the passenger foot will be over here, over this place, and this is the driver. So I don't think so this part is needed. So if needed means I'll just go and make half over here, but I'll see that for later on. But for now, let's just turn this into a metal instead of cardboard. Here are some foot pegs. I robbed it out of a bike, and they look decent in shape, not that bad. So yes guys, let's just make some tabs for this thing, like 4 tabs for this thing, and fit it over there. Let's just see how this thing like picks up. to work on the brakes. चल बैठ जा बैठ जा। सही बैठा हुआ है? ओके।
कितनी भगा ली?
51।
इतनी तेज गई है माशाल्लाह, मेरे पिछड़ा भी नहीं भागती। इसके अंदर ले गए।
मजबूत पकड़ के बैठा हुआ है ना ढक्कन।
सही किया बड़ा एक्सॉस्ट लगा के।
हाँ?
पीछे
पीछे फेंक रही है तो संभल के बैठ। संभल के बैठा ना, पहले फंस गई थी।
निकल आई। कितनी बात 54। मस्त मस्त। चले रोड में हल्का जा रहा हूँ। डर गया था।
Finally guys, this thing is ready and the front shocks turned out great. It's working perfectly, so I don't have to modify like the torque on the shocks. So it's working out perfect. And yes guys, it's little bit bumpy to ride this thing on a tarmac, like on a place like this. So yes guys, I do call it's okay for like when two persons are there, means this shock will work out perfect, but for a single person this shock isn't perfect. But with two persons it needs to be a little bit harder, so not that soft that it will just bottom out all the way. So it's not bottoming out. I tried it with two passengers also and it didn't bottom out, so I can call that thing good. And even this shock didn't bottom out. It had got around 4 to 5 inches, like 4.5 inches of working, and the maximum I had used it till 3 inches, so which is also great. So that's also not bottoming out. The shock spots are great. The gearing on this thing turns out pretty good. And also guys, I installed a GPS speed meter over here to test out the top speed on this thing. With a place like this, I hit it like 54, the maximum GPS reading I got it on this thing, like 54 kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So 54, which is pretty good for this bike, I do admit. And also guys, it took around 6 seconds to hit the top, like 51 speed kilometers per hour. That's 6 seconds, which is pretty good for this bike. I can call that thing done for now. I will just be back with a turbo on this thing soon. So hopefully in the next video of this project you will see a turbo installing on this bike. And yes guys, it's going to run even better, which will, I think so, change out the timing on this thing. So it took 6 seconds to hit 51, so hopefully it will turn like 3 or 4 seconds. to hit 51. That's better. So guys, stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for watching and have a great day.